My name's James Pearce. I work in wood pretty much exclusively. I make furniture using locally sourced woods for the most part. I do use some exotics, but typically I use things that are sourced right around my area within a couple hours. I'm fourth generation woodworker, so I grew up around wood. I've always been around it, something that it was just always there, always a shop, that sort of thing. I've got a background in diesel. I was a diesel mechanic in the military for a while. One of those kids that took things apart, put them back together. I always had a fascination with the mechanical aspect of things. When you look at warehouses and manufacturing and the way things were done at the turn of the century, these pieces of machinery had all sorts of different functions. You could raise and lower them to different heights. Carrying weight, moving goods from one point to a next. I always found it interesting that they spent that much time making a piece of equipment to do their job more efficiently. So a lot of that's inspiration as well. I look at things all the time, how bridge trusses are put together, rivets, gears, screws, just the overall visual of all sorts of different things. Pretty much anything around me. I'm a thinker when it comes to my design, that sort of thing. So I tend to go through a really long kind of thought process of what the piece is going to look like, what the woods are going to look like, what the mechanism is going to be like, how it's going to function, down to even dimensions, size, that sort of thing. I may sketch a little bit, but I tend to really think things through all the way. And when I get to a point that I've kind of filled in all the blanks on the piece, I'll start making the piece. The tables are what they are because I wanted them to function. I wanted you to be able to raise and lower the table or change the chair or be able to use it in more than one way. And instead of having a static piece, have something that is interactive. I love the interaction between the viewer and their end result, what they're going to use the piece for ultimately. So it was hugely important for me that they functioned. I won't put a piece out if it doesn't function correctly.